I don't want to be that if I miss my.
You're making some soap. This is just like my great-grandmother used to make soap. She used to make it with lard. They would kill the fattened pig. Actually, lye is made also by dripping water through wood ashes. The story of how soap started was back in 1000 BC. There was this hill they used to do animal sacrifices on called Sappho Hill. And the women who used to wash their clothes down in the rivers below, their clothes came out a whole lot cleaner than any other women in any of the other villages. Well, what happened was the animal sacrifice, the fat actually dripped onto the ashes, which lye was made there, and the rain would wash, and it would actually make soap with the fat and the lye. And the rain would come and wash that into the rivers below. And these women had the cleanest clothes. And actually, the name of the chemical process for making soap is called saponification, after the Sappho Hill. Kind of cool. There you go. You're a dog. You're going to run a dog over there. That's made with Bulgarian lavender essential. This is actually, have I ever smelled real essential oil? This is lavender. You want to smell? How much essential oil do you have? Yes. I use for 4 pounds. For 4 pounds, I use 3 ounces. It doesn't take much because essential oils are so concentrated. Yay! It's potpourri. All right. Ready? Okay, I've heated the oils up here. And my great-grandmother used a wooden paddle. And it took her like 2.5 hours just to get up to the point where it was soap. I use a stick blender. It takes me like 3 minutes a batch to do it. And I'm not ashamed. I was born in 1962. There was electricity already made by the time I was born.
Right.
This is lye water. This is the lye stuff that you buy at the grocery store, the Red X stuff, lye, and then just basic water. Some of the time, instead of water, I'll use carrot juice, which makes a real pretty color. And also, she has patchouli herbs. She says, what can I use with my patchouli? It's a plant. Well, what you can do is marinate it in some oil, so you'll have a scented oil with patchouli. You can make soap with that. Beautiful. Now, I'm going to very slowly pour. Soap is basically a chemical reaction of a base and an alkali. So when I add the lye to the oils, each lye particle is joining up with an oil particle. And it creates the salt, which is soap. So yes, we do make soap with lye, but there's no lye in the soap because it's totally used and joined up molecularly. Is that a word? Now, my great-grandma used to stir and stir and stir and stir and stir and stir until it got thick. And we call it trace. Behind the scenes is each lye particle is finding a vegetable oil particle, and they're all matching up. It's like a big dance floor. Lye on one side, vegetable oils on the other, and they all start dancing. comes from Ghana, West Africa, and we import it. My husband and I import shea butter. Pass it around. You can feel it and touch it. It's really great for the skin. You'll find shea butter in a lot of products. Estee Lauder's using them, Elizabeth Arden, Chanel, all starting to find the benefits of shea butter. The kukui tree is actually little shea nuts, and the smell comes from them roasting the nuts, which pops them open, and then they, What you want to do is you want to bring your soap up to what you call trace. Trace is, if you can see, it's making a line following my stick. And that's the time that we put the essential oils or the fragrance or even oatmeal or whatever. This particular soap here was made with goat's milk. So instead of water that I use with the lye, I use goat's milk. And this has oatmeal, goat's milk, milk, and honey, but it smells like a cookie. It doesn't have any scent. I mean, it smells like a cookie. No fragrance or anything in it.
Is this good for really dry skin?
Oatmeal's wonderful for dry skin. Oatmeal's great.
Go back and forth.
So about 3 ounces of essential oil or a combination thereof. How much? Basically, we're just working the essential oil into it. Yeah, it's just going to start getting thicker and thicker and thicker and thicker until it's that consistency. I made that soap last night.
Of course. Have my name on it. Got my name on it.
There's all kinds of things you can use to color soap. There's clays. I like to use Argos clays, natural clays. They're also good for your skin as well. And we're almost ready to pour it in the mold. See, my great-grandmother would still be sitting there, pouring her, stirring her soap. And I'm done. Thank you. That's pretty good. I think the only thing that's not fun about soap making is cleaning the bowls and everything afterwards. I actually wait until the next day until it's totally saponifies into soap. And one time I put it in the dishwasher. I was like, why am I washing these by hand? Maybe I ought to put it in the dishwasher. We had like a foot of suds all over the floor. It was such a mess. And then I thought, well, maybe I can just put them in the washing machine. Yeah, it works great. Cleans clothes too. You throw the rags in there. It works great. I mean, soap, soap, soap. And we have, our dog loves the soap. She never itches ever again. It's basically that's just soap. Yeah, my husband, I got the tops with a just a big stick. My husband calls it my patented paisley top. But I figure, it's kind of boring looking, so you can see the kind of little ridges that I put on the top. Simply specifically made with and
These are cute little babies.
doesn't it? You have to work quickly, so you need to have your mold ready. Also helps the air bubbles.
Now that's a cute one, I was right over here.
And then,
Yeah, it's all
get the air bubbles out. This is what my husband calls me, bad baby. When I make my light water, I use a mask and gloves and everything. He calls me Darth Vader. So I got all kinds of nicknames being a safe maker. And that is soap. Soap tomorrow. Thank you. Thank you very much.